Hey guys, Kessler the Guy here, back with more Medieval Engineers. So we're back with a whole new series. I call it A Whole New World, because as you can see, I have reloaded the game and started brand new and fresh on a whole new planet. So at the advice of Kitsune, they suggested that I try a new map and see if that will get rid of my bugs. Well, so far, with the little I've played on it, it seems like it is a little less buggier. Maybe it's my imagination, maybe it's not, but it seems a little better than it was before when I was playing on the old Flat Worlds map. So anyway, as you can see here, I've already pasted in Dover Castle. I figured, what better way to start a new series than by finishing an old one. We're going to complete Dover Castle at long last. As you saw in my last video, and if you haven't, go ahead and check out my Medieval Engineers ranting video. That's where you'll see me build this little balcony here. So go ahead and watch it if you haven't already, and then also check out episode 1. So my idea for this series is going to be, basically, I'm going to build a whole new world. So I know it's really ambitious to think I could fill this, and I probably won't fill the entire planet, but I'm going to start building. I'm going to build it kind of like a village. So slowly, I'm going to populate this with castles and villages. So really, it's just going to still be good old Kessler the Guy, Medieval Engineers, building shit. So anyway, the point of this video is to have me build a castle, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna continue building castles, and that's just it. So, a whole new world, take 1. We're gonna start building on this motherfucking planet. So we're just gonna build castles based on the landscape in places that make sense, and also occasionally build some villages or whatever else the game thinks is cool to build, and we'll slowly populate the world and have this place filled with houses and hovels and castles and forts and whatever shit you want to do. So we're going to start, of course, with building this, as I've said many times, and you know, let's get started. Today, my goal, or I would like to at least, have the walls, at least one of the walls and a tower. I'd like to get that done today. So we're going to jump right in. We're just going to say fuck it and get started. So actually I'm going to start on this side because it'll be a little easier and quicker to build if I want to build 2 walls. So I can build this wall and then that wall there and go from there. So we're going to start, of course, with the mighty wall block. So I'm using my very official models to model this after. So I actually, funnily enough, have a Lego model of Dover Castle, with which I'm doing the primary, or the majority of my building off of, because that seems to have given me like the best overall view of what this castle is supposed to look like. So that's what I'm using. It's kind of funny to me, but maybe it's not funny to you. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to kind of do it sections by section, maybe. That'll be easier, I think. Because before, I don't know. I'm going to build section by section. I don't remember my old method for building castles, but this is how I'm going to do it now. So let's go ahead and just build the first tower. So I need to figure out, first of all, how high this tower needs to be. So I'm just going to kind of drag up and get a visual. So it looks like total, it's going to peak at 9 blocks. I hope I didn't place it. So I did place something. Whoops, my bag. So 9 blocks up from where I'm at now is what I'm looking at. So we're just going to do this, drag it out, and then I'm going to go ahead and drag it on up. So 9 times 3. Simple math here, Kessler. That's 27, right? So it's going to be a total of 27 blocks. There we go. So we have the first wall of the tower right there, and then we're going to do the side here, and then we'll add some windows. So I'm just going to quickly throw it up, because I don't want to spend too much time building the wall, because that would just be silly, you know? You don't want to spend a whole episode building a wall. So I hope you guys are going to be satisfied with this build, because I'm really excited to build Dover Castle, because I remember when I picked it because it was more of like a simple traditional castle shape. Like, it's a simple square style, but it still looks pretty cool, and it actually looks in the inside like it would be very full of open spaces. So I might look into like try to find inside pictures of it, but I haven't done that yet, and I'm not going to worry about it right now. On this one, I'm thinking it's probably like an important tower, like perhaps the keep of whoever the fuck lives here. So we'd want to put a window, or we don't want to put windows low down. That's because that's what it's like on the model I'm looking at. There's no window at the bottom, so I suspect that's on purpose. That's by design. What I'm going to do, I'm going to build the staircase. And the reason I'm building the staircase is because I want the window to be in a spot that makes sense. Let's do the angled staircase. I don't need these big, thick staircases yet. We're going to do angled staircase. And I need to see, where do I want to start it at? What wall, or what corner do I want it to be? Do I want it to be in a corner, or what? We can put it here. So people walk in, they go up into the top of the castle. That's what we'll do. We'll start it here. It looks like it's going to make me build the walls up here. So we're going to build the walls up on all sides. And so click and drag and then hit shift, drag it up. There we go. So we have a wall on that side. And then actually, it's most likely going to require me to have another wall on the other side. What I'm going to do for that is an archway. Because that kind of makes sense to me. That an arch would support. There's no need to have a full wall there. Because that's just unnecessary weight pulling down on the rest of the structure. If that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense to me. So that's what we're going to go with. We're going to place this here. Because we're going to need something to support. Because this next piece... Let me... Sorry, I'm thinking this out as I go. And I'm also wondering if I should have just shoved it up against this wall. If that would have been better for the purpose of this build. You know, I think I'm going to put it against that back wall. Because I think it would look more aesthetically pleasing. Okay, there we go. That's one thing I forgot about that I despised, was deleting certain, like, multi-blocks. That's annoying. But I think there might actually be a toggle now that makes it a little bit easier to delete those multi-blocks. So I'll have to check and see about that. Oh, wrong button. I'm trying to remember which button I pressed to allow compound building. Because before you used to press Alt. Let me look and see real quick. Does it think there's something in that spot? Like, why won't it let me place anything against the wall anymore? Oh, come on, guys. What the hell? Is it the angle I have it at? So it'll let me place it here, but I really wanted to place it, like, not there. I want to place it, like, here. There we go. Okay, it's letting me do it now. So this is what I think I want to do. We're just gonna do it. We're just gonna roll with it and hope it turns out okay. That's the motto of my life. We're gonna roll with it and hope it turns out okay. And it's served me pretty well thinking like that, you know? I'm nothing. I'm nothing at all, and that's better than being something unsuccessful, right? Alright? I don't know what I'm saying, guys. See, this is what I loved about the good old days of YouTube, and I could just do whatever the fuck I want and say whatever the fuck I want. It didn't matter, because I'm not an important YouTuber by any means, and what I say literally does not matter. There's nothing supporting that, probably. That's probably why I won't let me place it. See, what I was going for here is some kind of support structure. What if I delete this? Oh, God. That was not at all as dramatic as I suspected it would be. Thankfully. I'm so scared when I have to delete blocks, so let's, for one, delete that stupid fucking... Oh, why'd you just go away? Let's go away and never come back. How do I... What's the best way I can do to make this thing a thing? So if I just drag it up here, this will be the support structure of the staircase. Does this make sense? I'm worried it's going to look incredibly stupid, but we're just going to roll with it. Like I said before, we're going to roll with it and hope it turns out okay. I think we're good. I think it's going to turn out okay. So there, we have a nice big tower leading all the way up to the top. And I think what we're going to do, we're going to put a couple windows in. I'm going to put a window here, and I'm going to put another window like right here. We'll put a window here. There we go. And once I'm done with this, I'd like, you go up, I'd like at the level of the second window, that to be like a room, or there to be a room there. So we're going to do that. And then how are we going to close off this area? Because let's see. How would it make sense to do the doorway? I guess we could have two doorways and have two walls right here and here. And boom, you walk through and then you go through the staircase or you go into the other room. So that's what we'll do for this wall. So let me just drag up these wall pieces here. We drag them up, 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 all the way to the top. And hope nothing collapses horribly, because that is not at all what I want. And then we go back down here. We're going to click and drag all the way to the top. We want it to go to 9. Beautiful. Keep it coming, Kessler. We're so close to having a completed section of this castle, and it's going to be glorious. It's going to be epic and amazing and stunning and shit. There we go. There we have a nice little tower going. We have a fully completed tower. So it seems like I'm building this a little different than I originally intended. I started with the facade here, and now I just kind of fucking built an entire tower for whatever reason. So that's kind of cool, I guess. So we have a tower with a missing section of staircase. That's always a good sign. I need to replace that. And up, up, up we go. This is kind of an unsafe staircase, now that I think about it. Really, maybe, instead of doing arches, support structure-wise, I should have just done wall pieces. That might have looked a little better. I think I can probably go back and fix that fairly easily without it being a whole big deal, but I guess we'll find out. Because then my idea, once you get here, we're gonna And drag this here floor in. We're gonna have a nice wood floor. That's gonna go like right here or right here. I'm trying to figure out how I could best do the floor so it doesn't look stupid. Because you don't want it to look stupid, then you'll look like an asshole. I don't fucking know. It's probably gonna look stupid either way. Honestly, maybe the only way to make it look not stupid. Yeah, I'm just talking to myself now. So here, it's gonna be fine. Because we're gonna have, it would fucking let me place this. There we go. That's how we toggle it. Okay, I'm remembering toggles now. We're just gonna place the floor for now. And then we'll correct it as necessary. That may be a bad decision, but in the interest of moving forward and making progress, we're gonna start placing the floor here, just so we have a standing spot, and then we're gonna start placing the roof here, just so I can visualize a little bit better what this area is gonna look like. Are you going to place or not place? That is the question. It goes there. This is going. So cool. We're making progress. We're moving forward with the Great Wall of this shit. I need a diagonal or non-diagonal battlement. We're gonna put it here so we can surround our glorious tower here with that. And voila. Looks like we have ourselves a wonderful and glorious, stunning tower. That's what we have. So we have a tower. It has like 2 windows. And it looks amazing, if I can say so myself. I do believe this is the best tower I have ever constructed. That is not an exaggeration by any means. It is an amazing, amazing tower. So I think I can probably knock out this wall here in this episode. We're gonna just do it the quick way. I'm gonna drag it out like so. And I believe for the other walls, I did it 1 step below what they had. And I gotta keep an eye on how wide this is. So I think that's good. Yeah, like right here, that'll keep it at the same level as those walls there. And right here, we're gonna drag it on up. Same dealio. Keeping it easy as pie. And we're gonna add windows as I go along, because I think that's gonna be the fastest way. If we can quickly put in windows that way. Because I'm thinking that's the best bet. How do I unplace a block? I don't know, but hitting escape unplaces a block, and that's one way to do it. We'll rotate that. We'll drag you all the way up to the sky. Same thing with you. Drag it to the top. And we're going to actually do it like that. Like so. And here, keep it going like that. And I think for this piece, I need it to be a bit higher than the other walls. Like so. And good. So what I want to do now, before anything else, let's figure out the window placement. So I'll start with the easier windows to place. We'll do, and I just drag this here like that. Yeah. So 2, no, 3. Yeah, 2. 2 is what I wanted to press. So, we're not going to put a ton of windows because I don't want to over window this thing and make it look stupid. And really, there's probably a better way to determine window placement, but I don't have any ideas yet. So it's going to be really arbitrary. I guess what would make sense is to start doing the inner layout of the castle. And then do the window layout, but for now, that's not what I'm doing. I'm just gonna say fuck it and place it as I please in a way that looks pleasing to my eyes. Because on the castle itself, on the outside at least, the window placement doesn't look very specific. It looks kind of weird, unless it's really specific, and that's why it looks so weird, because they're in semi-random places, it seems like. So I bet in the inside it probably makes sense, but on the outside it doesn't, and that's what I'm basing my majority of my construction off of, because I don't know what the inside looks like. I just have a floor plan of it, and that's about it. I guess one can assume if there's a window there, you'd want to have a couple windows here, so I don't know why I dug out so much for the 2 windows I'm going to end up placing here. We'll have 2 side by side here. Let's fill in the blanks here. And then let's go down to this level and we'll put a window here. There we go. So we have a window there. And then I want to place a couple more windows. So we'll put one here and one here. We'll just drag them out like that. And then at this level here, let's do something a little different. Let's mix it up with our window here and rotate it. So in case you're wondering, or if you forgot, or if you're new to my channel, my castle recreations are my interpretation of what I think the castle, or what I want the castle to look like. So they're not 100% accurate by any means. They're mostly inspired by castles that I see online that I think are cool. So I designed my castles after those castles. And like I said, they're not going to be 100% accurate recreations. They're simply going to be my interpretation of what I think, or what would make the castle look cool, you know, and what's fun, you know, because that's my biggest focus. So realism, but then fun. So that's kind of what I'm going for. A bit of realism with a more focus on fun than realism when it happens. So I'm not going to break or bust my ass making this like 100% scale replica, because that's not going to happen. I'm not that good, and who cares? That castle already exists, so what's the point of me recreating it exactly? That almost seems like it's taking the fun out of it. So let's go ahead. We'll need a couple windows here as well. Let's just knock them out. We'll take those suckers out. There we go. Let's go down here, and we'll place a window right here, I guess. Why not? It'll be a good spot. Some of these I'm realizing are probably not the best ones to just knock out and remove, but I've already done it, so it's a little late for that. And I'm worried. I don't want to go too crazy with the windows and have it look stupid. I think it looks fine so far, especially once I have more shit in it. Yeah, so I just knocked out an entire section here. So I'm going to do a double window here to reinforce it, but I still want to have a window there. So that's pretty good. The outside's coming along nicely. Let's add the battlements now to it. So 9 here. So this part is mostly a facade. I mean, it's almost 100% a facade, except for that one tower that I completed for... I just wanted to complete that tower this episode. We can do this actually a corner piece like this. Like that, and then we drag this out. Can I, like... Yeah, there we go. Looking good. Perfect. That looks great. I think it looks great, guys. I'm just gonna make this a quick episode. Episode 2, I'll probably shoot for a bit of a longer episode, see if I can't get more of the outside done. Whoa, what the hell is that noise? That was a deer. What the hell? Kind of deer... Wait, what? That is disturbing. That is something I'm gonna hear in my nightmares. What the hell was that? I don't like that. Not at all. Okay, well, with that in mind, let's get a good view of the castle here. This is where we're at, guys. We've come along nicely. We have a good-looking castle. It's coming along really great. I'm really happy so far with the small amount of progress I've made. So, and I'm noticing on my model already, there's something I'm going to need to change, but whatever, it's fine. For now, we're just going to end this episode right here. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button. I want to see like 20 likes on this videos, guys. I know Medieval Engineers is like my most popular video series on this channel. Let's get the hype going. Let's get people pumped up because I'm back to doing Medieval Engineers. I'm still going to play my other games. I really enjoy RimWorld. I'm going to come back to that. So let's see 20 likes on this episode. I want to see tons of comments in there. Let me hear from you what you think of my building, what you want to see from this channel going forward, and what more you want out of Medieval Engineers. There's a few topics for you guys to discuss. You know I'm going to reply to your comments. I always do. And last, but most importantly, if you aren't already, hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. It's the most beneficial thing you can do for me, my channel, and my community, because the more subscribers I get, the more drive and motivation and reasons I have for continuing YouTube. So, like, subscribe, and drop me a comment. My name is Kessler the Guy, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye!